All right, we are here at Tanner's Orchard. Our last Cooking with Grandma Tanner for this season. We'll start back up hopefully next year. Grandma Tanner is going to be cooking oven beef stew. So this is one of our favorites growing up as kids. So go ahead, Grandma.
Yes, since it's getting cold outside and you want your oven to run and everything is just nice and cozy. So when the kids were little, I did this quite often and they loved this. So I have 1.5 pounds of stew meat. And we have this robust ribeye seasoning. And I think there's even some left out there. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of this on there. Just kind of season that meat up a little bit. And then stir it in there. Onions, chopped up onions I'm going to dump in there. Now these are the petite carrots. Now you can get the bigger carrots, peel them and chop them up, but I just kind of like to use those.
Easier.
It's easier. Just stir them all in there. And then celery. And here's about 3 or 4 potatoes.
Okay.
Medium size. So it just makes a nice, all your veggies and your stew meat. You can buy stew meat fairly reasonable right now. And if you don't have stew meat, sometimes you can buy a round steak and just cut it up.
Could you use hamburger?
I think you could use hamburger.
Okay.
For this. Yes. Okay, now I got all the vegetables and the meat in there. So I'm using 1 can of diced tomatoes. Just dump that in there. And if you don't have diced tomatoes, you can just put a little tomato juice in there. I'm going to put a little tomato juice in there. Now, to make it nice and thick, you use 3 tablespoons of tapioca, 2 tablespoons of tapioca, or up to 1/3 of a cup. And I have a little less than 1/3 of a cup, because this is what makes it thick. You cook it low and slow. So you just blend that all in there. It's looking good already.
Mm-hmm.
Now a teaspoon of
Seasoned salt.
seasoning salt. That adds a little flavor. Now a teaspoon of sugar, or a tablespoon, I'm sorry. A tablespoon of sugar.
And I'll post the recipe here after we're done.
Yes.
I was busy. I didn't get it posted.
Jenny's getting ready for some big events we're having this weekend. And a teaspoon of salt. Now, if you do not have this seasoning for your steak, it does ask for a little bit of pepper. Well, there is pepper in that. So I'm going to add a teaspoon of salt. And I think that is it.
Mm-hmm.
You just mix that up real good, because you want that tapioca to be all blended in there. And I have this casserole here, and I went ahead and sprayed it. You need at least a 3-quart casserole. And this will probably just about fill that up.
Did it spill over? Not quite.
It's just perfect. And then you set your oven at 250, and it's like 5 to 6 hours. And you cover it.
Well, can you put that in the crock pot?
I think you could put it in the crock pot and just put it on low.
Mm-hmm.
Just do it low.
Oops.
But in the winter time, when it's so cold out, it sure is nice to have that oven running. Now if you do not have a casserole, you can pick up these little dark colored granite pans at the secondhand stores. There's all sizes, but this is just a nice little size. You would spray it. Anything that you bake in these will get done faster because of this dark. But that's a nice size for a casserole.
You gotta make sure they're not chipped, right?
Yeah, make sure they're not chipped when you buy them.
Mm-hmm. No, it's not chipped.
It's just a
the-
little
it's the coloring.
yeah. So this here, I do not have a lid for it, but I would put foil over this and stick it in the oven.
Okay.
And it just comes out.
You got one done?
I have one done that I made this morning. And now what I did with this, because I wanted to get it, I put it in about 9 o'clock, I think. One of our employees that has quite a few children at home, she's going to take this home for her supper.
Oh, yeah.
But I set it at 350 for about 45 minutes, and then I turned it down to 250.
Okay.
So it got done in good time, and now see, it's pretty thick. So she will take that home and heat it up for supper.
Very nice. That'd be
So
good.
soups and stews are great for the winter time, and I hope everybody has a good winter, good Christmas, Merry Christmas, and we will see you next August on the first Thursday of August.
It'll be oh yeah, yeah. But we're opening up, what, the 29th or something?
Oh, we're open the 29th, that's
I
on
don't
a Monday?
know, whatever that Monday is. I was told the other day it was like the 28th, 29th, something like that.
Yeah.
But, all right. Well, everybody, thanks for watching all season. And we will see you guys next year. This was the oven beef stew, and I will post the recipe here in a minute. So we're open today till 5, and then we're closed for the year. So time to wrap this up. Thanks, everyone.